the majority of my areas of my life, I can see I'm in one of the through me levels. I recognize I still have a couple of areas in by me levels. One by me area I'm particularly stuck in is how I get angry at what I judge pride level to be bad drivers. Makes me angry, but I'm not sure why. It seems silly I react so strongly as I don't know these people. I'm not even talking or engaging with them as we're in separate cars. And I don't want to have this reaction anymore. But I can't seem to put the pieces together to know why this is happening. How do you resolve it? All right. Now, you resolve it by getting everybody else on the road to drive just like you. No, I'm kidding, right? That would be the ideal scenario because the way I drive is perfect and the way everybody else drives, those selfish bastards cutting me up in traffic shouldn't be allowed on the road. Who the hell gave them a driving license? Now, I get it. Road rage and anger can be quite an interesting crucible of understanding. So let's break that down. So when somebody does something in traffic that triggers you, all right, the first thing we need to notice is the trigger. In other words, it's not about them. They've simply driven through one of your triggers. Yeah. So immediately the inquiry is internal. What just got triggered? Was it a violation of my rules for selflessness? Was it my violation of what I think has to happen to be able to protect people and they're violating that because I think they're driving dangerously and that could hurt somebody and it could be somebody else's kid or my kid? What's being triggered? If we make it about their incompetence behind the wheel, you're never going to get the gold that's being presented. Because the opportunity here is for you to look internally at what are the friction points that you're rubbing against reality with. Bearing in mind, if you get triggered by bad drivers, again, it's not about them. It is your non-physical support team that are setting up provocations to try to test where you're currently at. How do I know that? Because once you pass that test at that level in Earth School, you don't need to resit the exam as often, which means once you're okay with people cutting you up in traffic because you realize it's something that is there to trigger you, for you to work on letting go because you can't control what other people do, less people cut you up in traffic. Interesting. Why is that? It's because that was the lesson. And if you don't pass the exam, you've got to resit the test. There's no need for the larger consciousness system to send you what you think are incompetent, selfish drivers, dangerous drivers into your travel plans if you don't need to learn the lesson anymore of how to hold a space for somebody and send love instead of judgment. Well, they're probably having a really tough day. Or wow, if they drive like that, as an EMF grad, it's my responsibility to be able to send them and surround them in love and protection so they don't hurt themselves or somebody else. That's my role on the road right now. They were sent to me because I'm able to help them as opposed to other people be able to react to them. What a gift. If you're a nurse, you're looking for people that are hurt. If you're a doctor, you're looking for people that are hurt. So if life sends you somebody that you can help by sending positive energy to them, why would you complain at that? Send somebody who's hurt into a busy office where somebody's focused on their own needs. And it's like, sod off and go see a doctor. I haven't got time for you. But that's not where you're growing into now, is it? You're growing out of being self-centered, egocentric, going up the map of consciousness, which is more about other than self. So if we realize that if somebody cuts me up in traffic, I'm being sent a gift, an opportunity to be able to send love and energy to clearly somebody that could harm themselves or others. Or it may be just a lesson in my patience or a reminder that I'm here to hold a space, not try to steal their space. So what happens next? You go past level 8 in Earth School, you go up to level 9. So now not only do they cut you up in traffic, but they give you a rude gesture to go along with it. Ha! It never ends. And when you hold that as a space for people and you can let it go and not have it bother you because clearly it's about them, not you, then they just hit your car in the parking lot and don't leave a note. Next level. We're at year 10 in Earth School. And at that point, if you can say, well, thank goodness I'm okay to be able to, A, I wasn't hurt. Yeah. B, I hope that, they don't lie awake, troubling about it all night because they were so nervous or insecure or embarrassed or didn't even know. All right. And the fact that I'm able to live in a time in history where it's relatively easy to get stuff like that fixed. And you let go, you go to level 11. Welcome to Earth School. The higher up the levels, the easier it is to pass the test emotionally. The level of test may get more complex, but it's less friction on sitting the exam. Everybody understand? And dealing with people that don't know how to drive, which, according to most rules, is everybody else out there, right, is an easy one to pass. So don't let it frighten you. Don't let it throw you off the horse.